He was hauling in gravel, sun stuck to his neck. Boss man barking orders like he owned every breath. Mama called that Sunday, said they're taking the land. He wiped dust from his fingers, said they ain't if I stand. I stood like my father, boots nailed to the ground. Heart loud as a freight train, but I never made a sound. They saw more than a boy there, shaking old in my plan. The day I stood up for my family, they started calling me a man. County man in a necktie, spread papers on our porch. Said it's progress, nothing personal, like a practice gentle scorch. Mama's hands were trembling, Granddad stared at the floor. Stood between that stranger and the home we'd all worked for. I stood like my father, boots nailed to the ground. Heart loud as a freight train, but I never backed down. They saw more than a boy there, shaking old in my plan. The day I stood up for my family, they started calling me man. I said, sir, you see a nigger? I see my whole life. That old cold's my first scar. That room held my wife. You can sign all your papers, you can talk about your road, but you'll drag this house past my pride before you pave this soul. Yeah. Word ran down that red dirt, neighbors filled our yard. Men who'd barely known me tipped their hats, their eyes hard. County man folded those papers, said, we'll find another way. Daddy's voice cracked, son, I'm proud. He'd never said that till that day. I stood like my father, boots nailed to the ground. Heart loud as a freight train, but I never turned around. They saw more than a boy there, holding on to this land. The day I stood up for my family, they started calling me a man. Now my own little boy sleeps down the hall. If the world comes to our front gate, I'll be 10 feet tall, 'cause a good name's worth more than any money in my hand. And a man ain't a man till he stands